The title of this podcast is What If You Let Go of That? It's inspired by me thinking of the narratives that my mind, my ego has written, scripted, composed that are impediments, obstacles, and barriers to me experiencing inner peace, to me being present for this moment. And they've been a part of many life experiences in which suffering was part of that experience. And I think of any time something happens in my life, something occurs, and I'm not feeling peaceful, there's normally a narrative, there's resistance that accompanies that event, that situation. And if I'm being conscious and being awake, that opportunity. And I often ask myself, or I've begun to ask myself more and more, what is my narrative? And what would life be like for me in this moment if I let go of that? If I let go of needing my partner or my colleagues to be a certain way for me to be okay, what would life be like? There'd be no problem here. If I let go of the world, the government, the community that I live in has to be a certain way or is a certain way that is causing me some kind of pain, distress, some discomfort, what would life be like if I let go of that? In a work situation that I had recently, my ego was bothered by the folks that I was working with being unresponsive to my emails. Well, it makes sense that they were unresponsive because one of the people was out on leave or PTO for the holiday. The other person apparently was out too, but there was no message that said that they would be out of the office. And so, of course, my mind made a problem with that they should have done this. But what would have happened if I didn't make it an issue that they were unresponsive, that I just accepted that they were not responsive? And a few days later, I could take intelligent action and try to reconnect with them. What would have happened if I had done that? What would have happened if I didn't make it about their character because there was no out of office message? That I didn't make that a big deal. I'd have experienced peace in that moment, in that day, in days in which I was trying to get in contact with them. It could have been a completely different experience. What if you have a narrative about a loved one? What would happen if you let go of that? A lot will change. And it has very little to do with the other people in our lives or the situation. This is an inside job. And I've learned that. So when something's going on and I feel a disconnect with other people, I don't feel supported, I don't feel valued, I feel like this should be different, there's normally a preceding narrative that is producing that kind of feeling inside, those thoughts about this shouldn't be this way or this should be different. But what if I let go of those narratives? I'll tell you what happens. Inner peace happens. Gratitude grows and expands. That's what happens. And what is left for the opening? A lot more joy in life.